Today, I wanted to share with you the AutoCount Workshop plugin. I believe many AutoCount users may not know that AutoCount has designed a program specifically for car repair shops, which we call the Workshop plugin. This Workshop plugin helps those who repair cars and motors, especially service centers. These service centers can record appointments, and after recording the appointments, they can monitor which car is coming for repair and record its last service, reminders, and other functions. Then I believe many friends don't know about this plugin, so today let me share with you this AutoCount Workshop plugin. Okay, this AutoCount Workshop plugin actually has three main functions, and I will divide it into three main functions so that you can understand it more easily. The first is the daily functions we need to use, including recording car information and so on. Then the second is its commission format, and the third is insurance, recording whether those insurances have expired. Okay, so it is to remind those customers to come back and renew their insurance. So it mainly consists of these three modules. So I will record this Workshop plugin in three different videos. So today I will share the first one with everyone. Okay, the first is the daily operation. Daily operation means we need to record those case sales orders, okay? And those license plate numbers, last meter, and what was previously repaired, what model of car, whether it has been serviced, and so on. Then who is the owner? How many cars does the owner have? And the second one is about the format, which we are not covering today. So this is about the format of those commissions, incentives, teams, their teams. You can use points. Points method, or use money to calculate their commissions. And finally, for insurance, we can fill in the previous policy numbers and remind them to come back to renew the insurance and so on. Okay, so let me show you how to operate the Workshop plugin daily. Actually, there are two methods. One method is for regular workshops, where every day it's just case sales coming and going, like opening a case sale, what the customer changed, what was serviced, and so on. Just one day, a service center. But just the service center, also check when the customers don't often call to book. One booking, you need to prepare those spares. If there are no spares, call them and say, these spares are not available, and ask them to come to the next day. So there are those two methods. So actually, this Workshop plugin can have different situations and different uses. So I will explain all the uses in this video. It will definitely be confusing, so I'll just simply focus on these two, okay? How to use AutoCount in those two situations. If you're interested in others, like how to buy and sell second-hand cars, the methods and uses are different. Okay, so I will record another video to explain to you. Alright, today we will just explain these, the regular workshop, the service center, how to use AutoCount. Okay, when you come to AutoCount, you see the first time we log in, it usually notifies us which customer hasn't serviced yet, okay, which customer needs to come back for service, okay? So it will prompt you with a list, and you need to notify which car owner to come back for service, so you can skip this. Then here you see there is an SMS reminder. We can also send SMS notifications to these car owners to come back for service. Okay, so I will skip these for now, and first talk about the basic functions, how to use AutoCount for this workshop. So generally, if it's for workshop purposes, those car factories or motor repair shops will use case sales. So in case sales here, actually when you enter AutoCount, the first thing, you need to help him massage. You see, it's very inconvenient now. You have to select the customer's name, need to come to the workshop here, fill in the car details. It's very inconvenient. So generally, you need to first help him customize the layout a bit. You need to pull out those important things to the front page to make it easier for you to operate, alright? Due to time constraints, I have already prepared a format in advance. Okay, I have directly prepared a format. So you see, after it's done, it looks like this. The whole screen looks like this, so you can arrange it. You can arrange it here or there. It's up to you. Just right-click to customize, and you can arrange it however you like. So after arranging the layout, there are still many detailed arrangements. For example, if you want, when you press tab, you don't want it to tap to this case number here, you just right click and there's a customize option. Here you can select this and then there's a tab stop. If you don't want it to tap, just force it. For those places you don't want it to tap into, you just force it out. So for the more important places where you want it to tap, you leave it. And for places you don't want it to tap, you just force it. Okay, that's it. Let's test that once more. Press tab here and you'll see it won't jump here, it just jumps here. Okay, so once you massage it, it's very useful. The first thing is to massage all those case sales orders exactly the same. You need to massage once. Then once it's done, save the layout, save it. Okay, save it, and it becomes a default format. So when you open it later, it will follow this format, which is very convenient. So when you get here, you see actually how it's used. You need to learn how to use it. First, you see, if you know the name, of course, you select the name, and then it will show the related cars and license plate numbers. But in many cases, it's not possible to know the owner's name. So usually, it's the license plate number. So don't search for the license plate number like this. You won't find it. You need to use these three dots. Click on them, and then enter the license plate number, and it will appear. And then you just press OK, and it will help you find the car owner. It's used in reverse, or you can massage it well. Put the workshop on the left side. On the right side, don't use the standard AutoCount way to operate this program. Use a non-standard way to operate it. But if you want to add a car, okay, a new car, you can do it here, okay? So you can add a new car, there's a new here. Then for the owner's second car, it will go back to that owner, and you can enter some information. Of course, for your new customer, you just do it here. Like AutoCount, just enter it normally. You just directly enter the new car owner's name, okay? The new car owner's name, and then here is the license plate number. You press add, and you can enter the information for the new car. This is how it operates, okay? Or I will first go to show you. Previously, I made some samples. This owner has a first car. This car is from XYZ year, so you fill it in like this. Actually, you fill in the registration, the model, engine number, engine type, etc. What was the last service? When is the next service? Okay, then fill it in. Every time he comes for maintenance next, how many days should it be? After 180 days, he should come back, or 365 days, half a year, or a year. You can fill it in. Then the insurance format, and these can also be filled in, as well as the previous format. So I won't talk about these now. Let's go back to case sales here. As I mentioned earlier, case sales you need to go just enter it like this and you can find it. Then we start filling it in. Okay, you see here, actually, the system has several methods. The first method, when we add the first item, it will pop up and ask you about the mileage, what the current mileage is, right? This can be turned off. If you don't want to enter it in this situation, you can fill it in when it saves. That's also possible. It can pop up when you start entering the first item, or it can pop up when you turn off save. It's an accessory. Oh, okay, so usually the car manufacturer will record the mileage. So it knows how much the mileage is. Last time we had 5,000, so it knows the next service is at 5,000. If you don't want to follow this 5,000, you can follow the item's mileage. So if you have set an item, let's say the item is an oil change service and it has 5,000 here. It can also calculate the next mileage for you based on this mileage. Then it can calculate for you. If you don't want auto count, you can calculate the next mileage yourself. Okay, so this is today's service. So its next service, adding 180 days, is July 6th. It automatically calculates for you. Okay, so the simple usage is to operate like this. All right, the simple usage is to operate like this. So generally, it's like cash sales, basically operating like this, and then he gives cash. How much? Okay, so this is the basic usage of cash sales. Like if it's for some service centers usually have a sales order, and they will first do a booking. So for booking, using a sales order, I suggest you refer to the AutoCount workflow program. So AutoCount has an approval program. You can use its approval program. Okay, let's say its approval function is in the sales order. So the customer calls in advance. Let's say the car owner calls in advance. Let's say he books for a certain date. He wants to come for service. You can fill it in. After filling it in, you can select what service he needs. So if there are things you don't know, you can skip them for now. Okay, when he arrives, we will fill in the mileage again. It's fine. So you can save this as a draft. Save it as a draft while waiting for him to come. When he arrives, when the car owner arrives, you can then look up his license plate. If you don't like these screens, you can remove them. You can remove these unwanted parts. And you can take out all the useless things. Then you can put in what you want in this screen. So you can DIY the screen you want. Okay? So let's say the license plate and such. You can take them out and save them. Okay, save it. This layout is for your sales order. Okay, like this. Okay, when you wait for him to come, or in advance, this is a draft. It hasn't been approved yet. So if he doesn't come, you might cut it off. If he does come, you can call this up and then you can continue to edit it, continue to fill in his supervisor. Let's say, who is the supervisor responsible? You can add a supervisor. Who is this supervisor? Okay. So you can add a supervisor's name, what time they come in, okay, what date and time they come in. You can enter that time. If you want to enter the date, you can. Or if you just want to enter the time, that's also fine. This is up to you. This field is not locked and you can enter the date, time, or just the time, okay? Usually, you first create a sales order in this situation. So after completing the sales order, you can customize it into a worksheet format, and then you can customize it into a worksheet format. So you print out this worksheet format and give it to the store or department or whatever, and then you find the goods, okay? Find the goods or patch it to the format, and then have the format follow this to service the car. Okay, all these formats, the worksheet format, the job sheet format, you can ask your dealer, your AutoCount dealer to help you customize them. You don't have to follow my format. This is just a rough reference format I made. Okay, so of course, after completing it, you can convert it to a delivery order or an invoice. After approval, you can convert it to a delivery order or an invoice. No problem. Okay, so when you convert to a delivery order or invoice, you don't need to re-enter it. It will directly generate the invoice. Okay, so after the job is completed, you can directly right-click to transfer to a new invoice. Okay, and then directly here you can decide whether to make a deposit. You see, actually, in our cash sales invoice, okay, it has this column. Oh, it includes a sales order, and we also have this deposit column. If sometimes a customer comes and wants to make a deposit, you can first tell the customer, oh, how much this service will cost, how much this service costs, and then see if they want to choose this deposit. So pay attention to this deposit. It does not affect the account. It is just a record, recorded in our sales order, recorded in our cash sales and invoice. It is just a record. If you really want it to go into the account, you need to enter it, pay off, receipt payment, and so on. Oh, the leader will teach you then. So I'm just here to remind you that this is actually a deposit, just a record. You need to subtract $300, subtract $300, and it will leave $400, okay? So when you confirm, you transfer it to the invoice. And when you transfer it to the invoice, it will carry this deposit to the invoice. So be careful, be careful. If you enter it, it's best to enter an officer receipt first. And then the officer receipt records this 300 deposit. Okay, and then of course after it's completed, if you want to fill in the completion time or something, you can also fill it in. If he wants to record it, like he comes to pick up the car at 5 o'clock, 5:30, you just enter 5:30. Here, actually, AutoCount has many formats. You can choose, there are these formats, you can choose. These are modifications we made for some clients according to their requests. We made changes for different clients. So actually, in the original AutoCount here, you see the report here, it actually has many formats and you can use them. Here you can write always show. This can also be always show. You can use the original workshop format to show and use. So there were the original AutoCount workshop actually built some very useful formats. These formats, so see if they suit you. There are grouped ones with some summaries below. So this is the label. How much is the VC leader? These I will talk about when introducing the overall format of the commission. when calculating myself, I only started talking about this part. So no need to set this thing. Okay, so today I'll just talk about some simple operations. So the whole concept is like this. The whole concept is sales order, invoice, cash sales. This is the most basic usage. Let's take a look here. Actually, it has some special features. Okay, let's look back at our notes. Okay, you see the special part is the sales order, which I showed earlier. You can customize it to become a workshop, okay, for those services centers, which is very useful. As for the invoice, the sales order actually has many different formats already prepared. If you're not satisfied with those formats, you can ask your agent to modify them a bit. So I won't talk about these. I'll skip to talk about the test use listing. It has two additional reports, one called gross quarter summary, and the other is a credit card report, as well as an account inquiry feature. Then these are some features of the standard AutoCount, and I'll show you how the AutoCount operates these features. Okay, many friends might not know about this test use AutoCount. If you settle accounts daily, you can print this listing. There is a print listing here, and when you inquire, it has this report of the payment type. Then this is the standard AutoCount report showing how much cash and credit card you received. So the AutoCount workshop sub plugin has added these two reports, gross quarter summary, so it has a small receipt showing the daily gross quarter, and it also has this credit card report. These two reports are only available with the workshop plugin, so if you want to use them, you can print them out through this print listing function. Okay, so another feature I want to talk about is inquiry, account inquiry, which is also a very powerful feature. Many people don't know about this feature. So for the workshop, it has a car search here. So if you have a license plate number, you just enter it and it will tell you this data is from the year 2025. So I need to select the 2025 inquiry and you will see what was repaired before and how much he paid. So actually in more detail, you can look at the price history, which is for each item. So in account inquiry is to see if the customer owes you money. We call it ledger. So from one time, you can see their price history. This is a very powerful function of AutoCount. And if you want to see all the cars, just delete the branch word. Because earlier it was logged under one license plate number. If I don't delete it, it will only be logged under one license plate. If this owner has 3 or 4 license plates, you need to delete it, and then all 3 or 4 license plates will be listed on the same interface. Okay? On the same interface, it will list them, and you can see how many cars this owner has by clicking on the car list here, and it will show how many cars there are. Oh, okay, so this entire inquiry is very powerful. So remember, if you want to check all the records of this customer, you can do it here. Of course, you are not looking for his name because many times he hasn't given you his name. Here, you can use the car search, and through the license plate or model, you can find all the info about the car or the owner. This is another very useful function. Let's see what other functions we have here. Okay, next let's take a look. Okay, besides the above reports and inquiries, we also have some features, including how quickly you can check the car's entry. Just quickly search sales order, cash sales. It also has very useful functions, all in one screen. Sometimes you don't know if it's a sales order or cash sales, so you don't have to send it to the desktop. It has a screen that can search for all these things. And then there's also when a new owner buys this car, I can recall the previous owner's voice and their info doesn't need to be re-entered, as well as the car's model. As for some reminders, I might skip them today and not talk about them. I might record another video to show everyone how to operate this reminder feature. Then the full deposit I mentioned earlier, every tax sale, sales order, and invoice has this deposit, as I mentioned earlier. So these are some functions usually used in workshops. Then finally, there's the supervisor record. Supervisor record is complete time. In the format, we call it delivery date. Okay. And it's register time. We call it date time. Okay. So what is this thing? When we preview that report, so when you preview, we have many formats, and some formats will show the date and time along with the delivery date. So this is what I'm talking about, the delivery date and the date time in. The date time in is when it was brought in, and the delivery date is when we send it back, the complete date. So in our system, it's under more info. This is the time it came in, and this is the time it was completed. But when previewed, we use different times. These are all customized. Just ask your dealer to customize it for you. Okay, I also mentioned earlier that there is an all-in-one feature, which is very powerful, called Workshop Multi-View Search. Here, you can use some info, like the license plate number or its model, and then directly enter the license plate number to find the previous last invoice date and such. This is very powerful, so you don't necessarily have to use sales order, cash order. Sales order and cash order seem a bit slower. Here, you can also use sales order, cash order, and it is integrated into one screen. Then consolidate everything into one screen, quickly pulling up all previous service records. Okay, so to use this, use the function called multi-view search. When you open a sales order, it directly helps you copy all the license plate information in. Oh, it's very, very useful. If you can't find this license plate number, you need to create new data on the spot. Just create new data. Or if you want to look at previous information, you can look at previous information. So this is quite powerful, this multi-view search, including the ability to see its last document, what the last document said about the service, what its mileage is, and what the next service mileage is. Well, will all pop up. Okay. So this is a very powerful function. Also, if you have some spare parts that are out of stock, or if you want to find that spare part, you can also search by the car's model, or make to find which cars have previously used this spare part. Yes, you can find it this way, not just by looking up the owner. It can also retrieve those items. Okay, so it's called multi-view search. It's a powerful function. Once you learn it, you can apply it. Did I miss anything just now? Okay, previous owner, the supervisor told me the same thing. I mentioned previous owner before. So the concept of previous owner is like this. Okay, you see the previous car owner of this Low is WYX1234. This is Low's car, but Low might have sold it to AutoCount. Okay, Low might have sold this car to AutoCount. So after selling it to AutoCount, it still has the same license plate number. Okay, WYX1234. when you get the SIM card, the same license plate number, but it will tell you that this license plate has been found, and then it will copy all the records, so you don't have to re-enter them one by one, because it's previous records, including who the previous owner was, when the license plate number started, and when the new owner registered, will be recorded. When I key this thing today, it will record today's date, so it's a very powerful setting. But be careful, okay? If you add an extra space when you key, you won't be able to guess it. Okay, so you need to communicate with your colleagues that everything keyed in cannot have spaces. Just standardize your keying method. This way, you won't make mistakes, and you can trace who the previous owner was, then save it, and that's it. So AutoCount, you will need to enter this access number, just enter it. You can also enter the access number for those ICs, or you can enter it for ICs, this access number. And these formats are called formats. They are format things. If you want to change it to the invoice side, just change it to the invoice side. And there's also a birthday reminder. Oh, birthday reminder. You can fill in the date of their birthday here. Oh, I won't talk much about these little things. Look at our notes. So finally, this is some access lah. So you see, you can go through some, it pops up, and when we key in an item, or when we save the entire document, it pops up to ask you about the mileage. That is, every time we open a new order, it will pop up to ask if you want to fill in the mileage. These are the accesses. You can turn them off if you don't like them, and whether you want to let it see the SMS that goes to the screen, or set those SMS templates. We'll talk about these in the next video, and some reminder things will be discussed in the next video. Oh, so about the mileage, I can show everyone. So if you notice, every time we open a sales order or cash sales, when we fill in the first item, it will prompt for the service mileage or next service mileage. Oh, so now what is the car's mileage? You fill it in, and it will add 5,000 for the next service mileage according to this car. That's the concept. If you don't want it to pop up when opening an item, you can access here and remove it, then disable this mileage. Okay, when it opens the item, you can remove it. After closing it, of course, you need to log out and log into the entire program once. And then after logging out and logging in, when you open the next invoice or cash sales, it will only prompt when you save it, or it won't prompt a service mileage reminder when you have an item. It waits until you save the document to ask if you want to fill it back in. Okay, do you want to fill in this service mileage? Okay, fill it back in. Okay, that's the whole concept. So basically, the functions of the workshop are generally like this. Here are some related modules and plugins. Oh, they are related to this workshop. Usually, they will involve these. First, talk about the module project for buying and selling new cars. You need to calculate the costing of the car. This project will use it. Oh, how to see if this car is profitable. This function, I will leave it for another video where I explain how to use this software in a car trading workshop. I will explain it then. Then there's the item package, item number, and consignment. Let's talk about consignment first. Consignment is usually not in workshops. It's borrowed from other service centers. We use consignment to track who borrowed it, whether to issue an invoice, and when it will be returned. If you're interested in understanding how the whole consignment process works, you can check out my consignment video. It's already well recorded, so you can watch my consignment video, and I won't repeat it here. This consignment function, I seem to want to explain the item package. Oh, in this industry, the item package has a function called item package, which is very useful. Okay, first you need to enable this module called item package. Oh, the item package module. After you enable it, so why do I say it's very useful? Actually, every time you come for service, maybe this is an HRV. Oh, when this HRV comes for service, it might be the first service, okay, or the second service. So you can assign it a number, and this template is called HRV second service, okay? Then what things are usually used in this service? Let's say they will use brake oil, need to change tires, need alignment, something like that. Just go first, prepare a template, okay? Prepare a template in advance. How much? Just enter those amounts. So enter all the amounts first, okay? So after entering this template, when we go to the sales order, so when you open the sales order, you will use it, okay? You will use it. So here, if you don't have a table, you have to enter them one by one, which is very troublesome. Okay, so if you have a template, you can directly use the item package function to find the HRV number. So before you save, you need to check this. You see, if you check it, it will turn it into an item and enter it. If you do not check it, it is a package item. It is a package item. You say it is grouped together like this. Okay, but for the workshop, we use a table. For the workshop, I use a table. It lists out all the cases in the table. You just print it out. So it basically comes out like this. It's all self-designed, That's how it is. You don't have to key in each one. Since it's repetitive, you just need to change a little bit. What does the customer want? What do they want? You just change a little bit, and that's it. So this is the advantage of the template. So these are some commonly used modules, and some commonly used plugins are for buying and selling cars. Oh, these are some programs our team wrote for clients. These plugins are not available from HP. If you are interested, you can email our team. We have plugins for supplying cars and also plugins for buying and selling cars. When buying and selling cars, you need to record the car's information. You see, what I showed earlier was the workshop, and the workshop is when they come for repairs. That's when we know the car's information. So repairs are the customer's information, but after they buy it, it already has a license plate number. Without a license plate number, it only has some system numbers, so we just need to record this car. Then until we sell it, there's a whole logic, which I will record in another video, about buying and selling cars, how to use the workshop plugin, and add this buying and selling car plugin together to operate. Okay, so I think this video is a bit long, so our sharing ends here today. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and ask us. Thank you, everyone.